Comrades, we've had some excellent speeches, and we're meeting at a time when the world is in a crisis, a global crisis, and we in Jamaica are also fully engaged in that crisis. We've had 2 years of pandemic, and we've had problems from that coming out of the pandemic, although we still don't finish with this pandemic because we're in the 5th wave now. But as we try and live with it, it has left in its wake a terrible inflation on the world. Prices going through the roof. It started with the problems of the supply chain, the bringing of goods from afar. The cost of that went through the roof. And then it has been made worse by what has been happening in Ukraine. Ukraine and Russia, major producers of grains that make wheat and corn and make flour and other important basic food items. Agricultural chemicals and fertilizers, these are major producers. And the price, with them not being able to supply the world, the price of those goods is going through the roof. Comrades, we saw it coming. In the budget presentation in March, Comrade Juliet Robinson and I provided some ideas to the government. And we told the government, listen, yes, we understand the need to balance the books. But as Portia Simpson Miller always said, you must balance the books while you balance people's lives. We said to the Prime Minister, this is a time that you have to cushion the crisis. Cushion the crisis on the people. And we've come with various suggestions. An important one is to do with the gas price and the budgeted value of oil at $67.50 US a barrel. We have said don't collect no more tax on the price of oil above that, because that is what you were budgeting for. And we're saying give the economy, give the people a break from the additional taxes. We drafted the order under the Provisional Collection of Tax Act to implement that. And we took it to the Ministry of Finance and gave it to the Financial Secretary to give to the Minister of Finance. But so far, it has fallen on deaf ears. In the budget, we said, yes, we understand the importance of debt reduction. It is under the PNP government of Portia Simpson Miller, with our able Finance Minister, Dr. Peter Phillips, that the country came from the brink of financial disaster, and we brought the debt from 147% of GDP in just 4 years down to 115% and falling. Every single macroeconomic indicator was heading in a positive direction, and we lost that election by 1 seat. And the JLP inherited a platform which was set for them by the heavy lifting done by over the past 4 years before that under the PNP. But they were unable to manage the thing properly. They came with this idea of 5 in 4, 5% growth in 4 years. Well, I'm here to tell you, in the 4th of those 4 years, there was no 5% growth. In fact, there was no growth at all. The 1.5 promise was a Sam 5 promise. We were told it would pay for itself, but they ended up having to put over 30 billion of new taxes on the people to pay for it. And comrades, this is a time when we need to just cool down the pace of this debt reduction and spend some money to cushion the crisis on the people. Yeah, man, big tune by Half Pint on the Power House label. South St. Andrew to the world.